Kelly, it's so lovely to meet you.
Well,
and I'm
lovely to meet you too.
so glad you're back with
Me
a new
too.
album, because your old songs still play on my iPod right now.
Well, because you have amazing taste.
But you've got the new album coming out now, Piece by Piece, on the 2nd of March.
Yes.
For those people who haven't obviously yet heard it, what is the sound of this album?
The album is, it's me, I guess. It's very empowering. Like, every message is empowering, but it's, there's some like sultry kind of sexy raw stuff. There's some singer-songwriter stuff. There's some dance rave kind of stuff. There's straight up pop stuff. It's kind of all over the place, but it's all pop and it's all me. But it's a little bit of a progression from the last album. It's evolved a little bit.
And was it difficult going back in the studio now that you're a mum, kind of obviously taking River Rose with you? And
well, I actually recorded most of the record while I was pregnant. So, yep, she heard it first. She approved. And that was fun. But at the same time, it's like you're super hormonal when you're singing. So every song was kind of, my producers were laughing because it's like every song was like really intense. And it made for a really great album though. So maybe I should be pregnant next time as well. I don't know. But
I kind of feel like you don't need to do any promo for the album, because just putting out a single teaser with her in it,
I know, right?
was just the cutest thing. I even
so
covered
great.
it when I did a bulletin. I was like, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
This is my heartbeat song and I'm gonna play it. Turned it on, but I know you can take it.
And literally, we didn't have to like coax her to do it. Like, she loves the chorus of Heartbeat Song is like her favorite thing. I'll come in the room like, and you know, at any point, like while I'm doing press or whatever, and I'll go and visit her in between interviews, and I'll just start singing the chorus to her, and she just smiles real big and she gets real into it. She loves that chorus. It's hilarious. So that's why we used it.
No, it was adorable. I absolutely loved it. Are there any songs which are kind of for her on this album? Because you said you wrote it worked on it while you were pregnant.
Yeah, well, I was really ill during my pregnancy, so I kept talking to my manager and everybody saying, I'm not really inspired to write right now. So I gathered actually a lot more material than I normally do. So I only wrote on like 5 tracks for this album, including Piece by Piece, the title track. But it was awesome though. I got like 2 amazing songs from Sia that are really great, and I can't wait for people to hear. And also just a couple unknown writers that nobody's heard of yet, and they're phenomenal songs. So it was cool because like actually a lot of writers inspired me for this record vocally, and usually, you know, I end up writing stuff that is inspiring to me. So it was cool. It was a different process for me, and like I said, I was really like hormonal and really into it and intense, and it was fun to make this record. It's different than I've done, you know, any other one. So.
Well, you mentioned Sia there, and her track Invincible with you on there is probably one of my favourite songs on the album.
It's the next single.
Is it? I love that song.
I love that song.
What was it like working with her? Because she's amazing.
We actually didn't get to work together in the studio. I've always told her like I love her music to, you know, write something for me sometimes, but she was working on her album, and then now she's been working her album, so she's been fairly busy. But we work, Sia is really good friends with Jesse Shacken, who is one of my friends and producers, and so they wrote Chandelier together, and he called me, and I'd actually finished recording my album, and he called me or emailed me, and he was like, okay, I know that you're done recording your album, but we just wrote this amazing song, and you know, think you'd do great on it. And I was like, oh God, because you know, when you're done, you think, oh, we're finished, I'm excited, let's get it out there. And then I heard the song, and it's like one of my favorites on the entire album. It's just I think like Invincible is like stronger on steroids. It's just it's a beast. Yeah. It's a force. And Sia's really great at writing those kind of songs, and I love singing them, so it really worked.
But it must be nice when people kind of come to you and say, we've got this song which we think you would be great for.
Yeah, well, and Sia's a great vocalist, so when she's on the demo, you know, you're going, wow, you know, she's such a stylist. You know, it's a little intimidating in a sense of like, we sing completely different than each other, so it's cool to sing her songs and kind of take it to a different place, but it is intimidating to hear such a powerhouse and such an emotional singer. She's got such a well-lived voice. Like, you can tell that she has so many stories, and that her songs are, you know, they're almost like bleeding out of her. Like, it's just she's a really great talent. So I have that one, I have Invincible, and I have Let Your Tears Fall, which was the first song we recorded for the album. Sia bookended my recording process without even knowing it.
But I've seen that you've said recently that people don't necessarily want to collaborate with you or work on on songs, but you've got John Legend on the album as well. And you haven't necessarily in the past done a lot of collaborations. So.
Well, and that's how that came up. Somebody asked me because they saw John Legend, because I said, I have a duet partner on this album. And people are like, wow, you've never had a duet on an album, so like, why now? And I didn't want it to come off like I haven't ever wanted to work with people. Over the past 13 years, I mean, I've asked people to do stuff, but if schedules don't align and you know, politics of situations, so I've never been able to sing with anyone else. So it was really awesome that John was kind of at the end of his tour, and it was like great timing, and we had worked together in the States on a show before, so we had a relationship already, so it wasn't like I was just calling him out of the blue, like, and didn't know him, and he's just such a great talent, man. His voice, it's so raw and it's so lovely, and the song Run 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 that we sang together, it's perfect, like, for both of us, like blending wise and everything, so I cannot wait for people to hear it.
Is that one potentially a single, or do you think you'd keep that?
Hopefully, yeah. It just kind of works for, like, I don't know what he'll be releasing at the time, so it just kind of depends on that. But the next single is Invincible, because I really want it to be invincible.
That's cool. It'd be nice to see you kind of doing these performances out with other people as well.
Oh, I love it, yeah.
And things like that.
I love singing with people. My favorite thing to do is harmonize, so.
Well, we've seen you on Instagram have been harmonising with Little River Rose as well. So,
oh, yeah. You know. I'm a background singers. Yeah. We just released that video. My background singers are sickly talented. It's so gross.
Love that kind of insight, though. I love that.
Yeah,
those
good.
little things. And you tweeted Wiz Khalifa as well, didn't you? When
oh my
you had
gosh,
his little boy?
kid. Did you see his little boy?
Yeah.
He was in like a velvet suit or something. I don't know. He was on the red carpet, and I was playing with my little girl, and I had the red carpet thing on before the Grammys. And oh my gosh, that little boy is so adorable. I was like, arranged marriage. Come on, let's do it. Like, make beautiful babies.
So cute. Yeah. But obviously, you mentioned Grammys there. Your albums in the past have always been nominated, winning Grammys. You kind of got that same hope for Piece by Piece that it's going to have that same recognition that your others have had?
Yeah, I mean, every time you work on a project, you know, as an artist, you want people to recognize it just because everybody's worked so hard on it, and you know, hopefully no artist is putting out crap, you know, so, you know, you feel like you've done a really good job. It's always awesome to be nominated for stuff or to win awards for your album and your work and be appreciated, but at the same time, like, I just feel lucky. Like, I have so many friends that are so talented, even more than I, like, was singing, and they just, for whatever reason, stars didn't align, they didn't make it. I'm extremely fortunate to even be able to make records and, like, tour and go all over the world and do what I do. Like, winning awards are awesome, but I mean, that's just not what it's all about. It's, you know, especially when you're surrounded by such talent that you're like, God, I don't know how I got here and you didn't. Like, I don't know how that happened, you know? So it's, you know, I'm just glad I get to do what I do.
I love that you're still around and you're the original American Idol.
Original sauce.
You are the first one. What do you kind of make of what, because these reality shows are still going on, what do you kind of make of the talent that's coming out of them now?
I think, well, it's hard at this point. You know, there's been so many shows, whether it's, you know, American Idol or Pop Idol or The Voice or whatever show it is. There's a lot of them, and people like them. That's why they're popular. I like watching talent shows. Like, I think they're awesome. So I think the thing about it, though, is everybody always wonders why no one has emerged recently from those and really shined. And I think there's a plethora of them. You know, there's a lot of them. So, you know, whenever I did it, people are always like, how did you do it? And I'm like, well, I was the first one. I wasn't competing with anyone else, you know? So it's a lot easier, and in defense of all the other people that come out of it and maybe don't make it, it's, you know, there's a lot of competition, you know, coming out of all those shows. So I don't know like why some people do and some people don't.
But you're still here and you're still going, which is awesome.
I'm still here. I don't know why, but thank you.